Today, let's talk about high balance loans and second homes. Hey guys, John Soricelli here, and FHFA recently announced that they're going to be increasing interest rates for both second homes and high balance loans. So who is the FHFA and what do these two terms mean? Well, first and foremost, FHFA is basically the body that makes up Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. They're the majority of the loans that are done throughout the nation. They're considered the kind of conventional loans. And going back during the crash, and let's just call it '08, they came out with this thing called temporary high balance loans. And that was designed to add liquidity to the market because the secondary market had basically stopped. So they decided that they would start purchasing loans in certain areas that are more high cost, i.e. Orange County, California, Los Angeles, California, New York, some of these other areas. They were going to purchase higher loan limits, or they were going to provide higher loan limits for those areas to allow the market to continue to function. Well, eventually this became permanent. So there was always a pricing difference between the conventional loan limit, and in Orange County or LA County, California, or frankly nationwide now, that's $647,000. Well, high balance limitations, Orange County, LA County, those today go up to $970,000. Now, there was always a little bit of a price difference between the two, meaning the rate was always a little bit higher for the high balance versus the regular conforming conventional loan limit. Well, they've recently announced that they're going to be widening that margin. They're going to do that by adding another loan level price adjustment, which means ultimately the cost is a little bit more, which therefore translates into the rate being a little bit higher. So that's forecasted to come somewhere around April of this year, and that might translate to about a 25 basis points increase in the rate to you, the borrower. So if the rate was 3.5%, well, now it's 3.75%. That quarter difference in rate on a $500,000 loan translate to about $70 more per month. So it doesn't make it completely unreasonable, but it can take some of the higher debt to income ratio scenarios and kick them out of qualifications. And it already adds some additional kind of strain on what is an adjusting market. And actually so much so that when we look at Sarah Thompson, the FHFA acting director, she made a statement saying that, these targeted pricing changes will allow, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac to better achieve their mission of facilitating equitable and sustainable home ownership while improving their regulatory capital position over time. So what does that mean? That means that ultimately they're going to be able to collect and charge more money to have more money in reserves in case there was any downturns, right? In case there was any changes in the market, making them more profitable. But if we kind of continue, the National Association of Realtors president explained that ultimately Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac will face greater risk as the market is waned off of its extraordinary federal support during the pandemic. And these changes may help them support the maximum access to affordability and making that possible for the market to be sounder. However, they're concerned that any increase in fees that exceeds necessary levels in the current market environment will harm affordability and access for consumers. So I guess my question to you is, how does this make you feel? Are you concerned as a current or future homeowner that the cost of your mortgage in what will probably be a rising interest rate can increase that much further if your loan amount is above $647,000 or you're looking to purchase or refinance a second home? My personal opinion says yes. I think it's reasonable for the cost of the $970,000 loan or the loan amount above $647 to be a little bit more expensive than where it is today to help offset those risks. Because after all, if you don't pay a $970,000 loan, that's a much bigger loss, about a 50% larger loss for Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac than if you don't pay a $647,000 loan. So I think them gathering a bit extra is warranted. And yes, a second home in a lot of these vacation areas does become more risky. So understanding that, I'm comfortable with a little bit of an increase in charge. So I'd love to hear your thoughts. Please share them in the comments, send me a DM, or of course you can feel free to reach out on any of the links around this video.